When I started RIT 1110, I had no idea what to expect, but I definitely didn't expect to become the writer that I am today.
One of the first articles we had to read for this class was about rhetoric by Jim Nugent, and this article would serve as the base for a lot of my future papers I wrote.
This article introduced the idea of the rhetorical triangle and other rhetorical devices such as ethos, pathos, and logos.
The rhetorical triangle, which is made up of the purpose, the rhetor, and the audience, all surrounded by the context, was something I used in all of my papers in RIT 1110. In my rhetorical analysis of my university writing placement essay, I used the rhetorical triangle to help defend my thesis in that my placement essay successfully met the needs of the rhetorical situation.
The rhetorical triangle wasn't the only thing I used in my papers, though. The use of ethos, pathos, and logos also helped my paper be very successful.
For example, in my comparison analysis of a non-academic writing situation to an academic writing situation, I used ethos, pathos, and logos to back up my thesis, which was a non-academic writing site, such as Instagram, uses examples of the rhetorical situation. Logos, which appeal to logic, can be found on Instagram accounts, along with ethos that deal with credibility and pathos that deal with emotion.
Not only did I have to write these papers, but I had to find a totally different way to present them to my peers, whether that was through a video or an infographic, something I've never done before in a writing class.
For these multimodal projects, I had to take my paper and demonstrate it in a way that's appealing to my audience's eye. And not only that, but I had to make sure that it went over almost every paragraph in my paper. This multimodal project here specifically represents my rhetorical analysis on my writing placement exam. For my second multimodal project, I changed things up a bit, and I decided to make an Instagram account since this paper was on my rhetorical analysis of a non-academic writing situation to an academic writing situation. And since my non-academic site was Instagram, I thought it fit perfectly.
Even though this class was completely virtual and online, we still had many opportunities to work with our peers. We were assigned peer review after every major project and assignment, and peer review helped me improve my paper and make it the best it can be.
I cannot express how thankful I am for my peers and their amazing feedback on all of my assignments. Peer review showed me that we don't always look at things from the same perspective, and seeing that perspective from my peers really helped me understand my paper more than I thought I knew it. Another opportunity that we had to interact with our peers was during the weekly discussion board. The discussion board would ask us a prompt and then ask us to ask a question to our fellow peers. This question opened up a ton of conversations with my peers, and it really helped clarify some questions I had.
Even though when we talked with our peers, it seemed a little more informal than, most formal work, it's still writing. And I think that's one of the most surprising things I got out of this class was how much I use writing throughout the day. Writing doesn't always have to be pen on paper, typing on a computer, writing a whole essay kind of work. It can be anything from writing a short little grocery list to texting a friend. It's writing. And I never really realized that before. Now moving forward from 1110, I hope I can transfer all the knowledge I learned in this course into future courses I'll take and future writings that I will perform. I hope I can still use the idea of the rhetorical triangle and my rhetorical devices such as ethos, pathos, and logos because I now realize the importance of them and how they lead to successful writing. I also still hope I have the opportunity to work with peers and get peer review and feedback because it helps me see my writing in a different perspective that I won't always see, and that helps me become a better writer. I also now know how to demonstrate my writing skills in different formats such as videos and infographics. RIT 1110 has made me into a whole new writer, and I'm very grateful for that.